Oh, it's in the background.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. I am Marcello Nino, and here with me is Nino, a pro Forex trader. We're going to do today what we've done for years, which is analysis of the markets and evaluation of our strategies, which are based upon the 5 p.m. close of our daily bars. Hey, Nino, are you there?
I'm great, Marcello. Just wanted to say great calls yesterday on our biases. We came away with some good profits in the live trading room today. So I know that you're going to have great, excellent calls again today as well that we can work off for tomorrow or for today.
Thank you very much, and of course, you're doing a phenomenal job in the room there. And guys, basically, what we do here, it's all just based off basic analysis. We've been doing this for a long time. We've been doing this for years. If you follow us, then you will get this as well. Anyway, today is March 18th, 2014. So let's go ahead and get started. Our formula for success is that we wait after 5 p.m. Eastern time to determine our bias. So right now it's about it's almost 7 o'clock actually. It's 6:30, 7 o'clock. Usually we like to do it about 6 o'clock. We will do our analysis anytime after 5. And basically once we have our bias, which is the probability of price moving up or moving down, if we feel like there's a high probability that price will move up, we call a buy bias. If we think that there's a high probability of price going down, we call a sell bias. Now there are two ways that we execute trades based upon the bias. One is by a set and forget it trade. That means that we know the bias is going in one direction. We believe that price will most likely go in one direction. We take a trade with a set stop loss and a set take profit at that particular moment, and we don't look at it again until tomorrow. That's a set and forget it trade. And then we have day trading, which is what Nino does in the live trade rooms on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 a.m. Eastern time to 3 a.m. for the London session and 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the New York session, and that is Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 to 3 a.m., and then again 8 to 10 a.m. So if you have the opportunity, come in. This is tribeforex.com, and you can get in there for free and really get what he's doing there. So we basically day trade. That's number two. We day trade in the direction of our bias using our pods for bigger profit. Now, Nino and all of the participants in the room, all the Tribe Forex members, were able to take a very nice trade. What was it on the pound yen? Is it there, Nino? That you guys did very well on?
Yes. If you go to the website, you can see I posted a screenshot, and then later I'm going to put up a video of the same exact trade.
Great. How many pips was it? Maximum favorable excursion.
On the first position was about 160 pips. A second position around 150. The total amount of pips that you could have walked away with on that trade for today was 266 pips.
Wow, that's excellent. That is excellent. Great job. Great execution. Excellent. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the charts here so we can make some calls. Now, yesterday I didn't have a tremendous amount of calls to make for you, and I'll tell you why specifically. It's just because the market didn't give us an awful lot. So we called a couple of trades and not, just a few trades there. And I'll tell you which trades that we did call. One of them, of course, being the pound yen. So let's talk about the pound dollar, which seems to be on my screen right now and on our radar. Right now, you can see that the pound dollar bounced off of the 50 EMA and also the 50% fib area. Okay, so this blue line, that is the 50 EMA. Here is the 50% Fibonacci's area, and you can see that we're kind of hanging out here, right over it. And actually, right now, you can see that we're still kind of in a consolidation. So we could see price come back down, retest this 50 EMA, but we're kind of looking for price to move up. There are a couple of reasons why we're looking for price to move up. I'm going to actually go down a time frame. You can see, right, bouncing off the 50%, how there's price action, and you can see that there's a 200 right above here. Not my strongest signal, guys, but I think that there is possibility for the pound dollar to go up. Okay, so looking at my euro dollar, you can see that I've got kind of this trend line going downward here. And yes, we are in consolidation. We've seen back and forth movement here on the euro dollar, but we're tending to believe that price is most likely going to move up here on the euro dollar. And so we're going to give a buy bias with, and we're going to look for a bounce of price off of 139.00 basically. 139.00, we're at 139.29. We're going to look for price to come down there and push upward on the euro dollar. The dollar Swiss is actually a clearer signal than any of the two we've just looked at. The dollar Swiss really went back up to retest this trend line, which is very, very old trend line that we had drawn. Okay, so these two trend lines are very good trend lines to look at. Okay, so if you look back, this yellow one, it goes back quite a distance, and these do converge at the very same point. So what does that tell us? It tells us that price is acknowledging that there's an area of resistance here, and it's most likely going to sell. Now look, here's what I also have. If you notice there, I have the smaller trend lines here. It's because that's what price action did. It gave us 1, 2, 3 points that really formed this upper smaller resistance area, and we have below the very same thing, a contraction in price. That contraction in price is what leads us to believe that we're going to have a breakout at some point here as far as the dollar Swiss is concerned, and just the retest of that trend line really show us that price really does most likely want to move down. Okay, all right. So the pound dollar, I think we called the buy. Okay. We called the buy. This chart is much clearer than the one I had just showed you before. But we are calling a buy on the pound dollar. Look at this. This is our channel. We had a channel here, and we're at the bottom of that channel, even though we had price movement that went sideways. And there's a convergence of the 50 EMA and this blue this move trend line here. So really, we're looking for a bounce of price for 165.60, and we can see price go all the way up to 166.89, and that's what gives us a strong buy here on the pound dollar. Okay, so we got a buy on the pound dollar, buy on the euro dollar, sell on the dollar Swiss. All right, so let's take a look at the New Zealand. So New Zealand, guys, actually we had called a sell on this New Zealand, and I was in it, and you can see what happened here. Basically, price did sell. It sold, it moved down about 30 pips, and then it moved up about 70 pips finally, really moving in that direction. So it came down, bounced off this area of support here right under it, and then pushed up, and that was the sell that became a buy. So what does that mean for us here? We do believe that price can come and may retest this trend line that was above us, and we can look to see price get close to there. It's only 33 pips away, and then we can see price continue to move on from there on the New Zealand. So we've got a buy bias there. Looking at the Aussie dollar, very same thing occurred. Okay, price came down, tested lows, then pushed up. All right, so we kind of bounced through these areas of support and resistance here on the Aussie dollar. So the Aussie dollar is kind of in the mid zone because it hasn't broken through some areas of support and resistance, but it has broken through the lower areas clearly. We're going to need a lot of pressure, a lot of force to get us past this trend line here that's sitting at 91.50. And for that reason, I'm going to hold off on the Aussie dollar for today and waiting for it to pass support and resistance for us to make a better decision as far as that's concerned. Now the dollar CAD, I'm looking for a sell here on the dollar CAD. We're at 1.1150. Basically 1.1150, 1.1140 to 1.1150 is a very good place to get in on this dollar CAD. You can see that there's a consolidation. Price moving down, up, down, and really causing a consolidation here of price on the dollar CAD. So what am I going to look for here on the dollar CAD? Really, we're right at it. So we can see a sell off on the dollar CAD. Stop would have to be above 1.1160 in that vicinity. And from where we are, that's not a tremendous amount of problem to do that. It's about 30 pips or 40 pips away, and we have the potential for 100 pips to the downside. So that is the dollar CAD. And it's one of the few times that I actually do make a call on the dollar CAD because it's not always very clear, but this time it is. All right, so the euro yen was, basically we're looking for price to bounce off of to begin to move up, and we really did see that. We see that price is right in the middle of this zone here. And what we see is that we had a bounce off the 50 EMA and a bounce off the trend line, and that's specifically what happened. This is precisely what happened here. Basically, price bounced off the 50 EMA and the trend line and then closed high. So although it tested it, it came back up and closed high. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for price on the euro yen to bounce off 141.00, 141.00 and head up. So we have a buy bias on the euro yen there to get us back into this channel and back to the top of this consolidation zone. Okay, and back into the apex. Dollar yen, same thing. Okay, dollar yen, we're going to look for a buy here, bouncing off of 101.20. Okay, and then price moving all the way up potentially to 103.15, depending on where we are, or 103.00. Okay. Now the pound yen that Nino was talking about, that they did well on, that was another call that we made, and we are once again in a consolidation here as well. Big play here. It gets a little smaller. We're turning back around again here on the pound yen. I think this is a good opportunity for us to see a buy on the pound yen, and I do see that right where we are at our levels right now, it actually gives very good potential profitability here on the pound yen. So let me just see here. It's about 30 pips of risk. Yeah, I think there's plenty of room to the upside here on the pound yen. Okay, so oil is in consolidation here, guys. And we're going to continue most likely to see it consolidate here. So we've got 4 bars inside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not 1,000% sure on this one, but I think that it's going to most likely sell. Test the 50 EMA most likely, and then sell off. And so if I can recap, I think we've got a buy on the pound dollar, buy on the euro dollar, sell on the dollar Swiss. New Zealand is going to most likely test this trend line here at 85.81, so about 85.90-ish. We're looking for a buy off of that on the New Zealand. No trade on the Aussie dollar. Dollar CAD sell, bouncing off of 1.1150, so 1.1150. There on the dollar CAD. On the euro yen, we're looking for a buy, bouncing off 141.00, and dollar yen, looking for a buy, bouncing off 101.20 in that vicinity. And pound yen, once again, as I said before, we're looking for a buy, bouncing off of 168.35 as well. So we're right there at those numbers, so that's a very good place for us to be on that one. And, of course, oil, which looks to want to sell just a bit more. Although that's not my favorite pair to begin trading as well. So, guys, that is it. That wraps up our session. We look forward to seeing you for another edition of the Tribe Forex Power Hour. All the best. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.